There is something more dangerous than a storm, more lethal than mechanical failure. It's when every instrument tells you a different truth at the exact same moment. Because in the Bermuda Triangle, technology doesn't always break. Sometimes, it simply stops obeying the rules. In part 2 today, we will know that when instruments fail, and why. So guys, welcome back in Dark Dossier Files. Today we will tell you about the myth of this place that is never revealed by anyone who had gone from this region that never came back. Why instruments fail in this area so that everyone afraid to go from this region. If you have seen part 1, the untold dark reality of Bermuda Triangle, then you will clearly understand about upcoming truth. We have mentioned part 1 video link in the description box, so stay with us till the end of video. Let's start part 2. The myth of coincidence. For decades, the disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle were dismissed as coincidence, bad weather, human error, simple miscommunication, safe explanations, comfortable explanations. But as aviation and maritime technology evolved, those excuses began to collapse. Because the disappearances did not slow down, they became cleaner, more controlled, and far harder to explain. And do you know the mysterious thing that to be entered in this area, pilots faced the compass problem and realized that compasses are not working? Do you ever thought that why? Navigation depends on one absolute requirement. Direction must remain reliable. Across most of the planet, magnetic north and true north differ by a predictable margin. Pilots and sailors adjust for it without thinking, but in rare regions of the Earth, that balance fails. The Bermuda Triangle is one of them. For years, crews reported compasses that refused to stabilize, needles spinning without cause, readings contradicting each other simultaneously. These were not outdated instruments. They were modern navigation systems. And the failures were not isolated. Entire instrument panels would malfunction at once. When one system fails, it's a defect. When all systems fail together, something else is happening. Voices from the cockpit, declassified aviation transcripts reveal a pattern that investigators could not ignore. Pilots describe sudden disorientation, not gradual confusion, instant loss of spatial awareness. The horizon appears distorted. The ocean looks unfamiliar. Even the sky feels wrong. These episodes are brief, sometimes lasting only seconds, but seconds are enough. Aviation is built on trust in instruments. When that trust collapses, panic replaces precision, and panic requires very little time. The weather that wasn't there. Weather is often blamed as the triangle's greatest threat. Sudden storms, rogue waves, severe turbulence. But historical weather records tell a different story. Many of the most famous disappearances occurred under clear skies. No storms logged, no abnormal wind patterns, no warnings issued, which creates a disturbing contradiction. If the weather was calm, the crews were experienced, and the equipment was functioning. What caused total failure? The Gulf Stream theory, and why it fails. One of the most widely accepted explanations points to the Gulf Stream, a powerful ocean current capable of moving wreckage quickly, leaving no trace. On the surface, it sounds logical until the details are examined. The Gulf Stream does not erase steel, it does not disable aircraft mid-air, and it does not cause synchronized instrument failure. It can explain missing debris. It cannot explain missing planes. Modern incidents. The mystery continues with the arrival of digital navigation. Many believed the mystery would finally end. GPS replaced compasses. Satellites replaced guesswork. But the reports didn't disappear. They changed. Pilots began reporting sudden signal loss, GPS systems freezing, or resetting mid-flight. Navigation data returning impossible readings. In some cases, aircraft vanished from radar only to reappear minutes later. The crews landed safely, but the data made no sense. Timestamps didn't align. Fuel consumption contradicted flight duration, and official reports quietly labeled these incidents as anomalies. A subtle but terrifying detail. One detail appears repeatedly across witness reports and transcripts. Silence, no explosion, no impact, no distress call, just absence. as if communication itself had been cut, which raises an unsettling possibility. What if the failure wasn't mechanical? What if it was environmental? Before we go further at this point, the question is no longer whether strange events have occurred in the Bermuda Triangle. That much is documented. The real question is this: why do these failures follow the same pattern across decades of advancing technology? If this investigation is challenging what you believed, support Dark Dossier Files by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Because what comes next moves beyond instruments and into something far more disturbing. The line, "We haven't crossed, everything discussed so far remains within the limits of known science," but not all reports do. And when those accounts are examined together, they suggest a phenomenon that does not behave like weather, does not behave like human error, and does not behave like chance. In Part 3, we will know what if the Bermuda Triangle doesn't destroy ships and planes. What if it displaces them? Because the next set of cases introduces something far more unsettling than disappearances. Thank you for showing the video. Let's meet in Part 3.